Hi, my name is Lauren Pretorius and I am an oil painter. Today I want to walk you through the process of painting something that can be a little bit tricky, and that is reflective subject matter. So what we're going to take a look at painting today is this lovely little blue cup paired with this little metallic spoon.
Today I'll be painting on a linen panel that I made from materials from Blick and also Winsor & Newton Artist Oils. Typically within a painting I will work from section to section and then dark to light within each section. So with this particular painting, I'm starting off by adding in the darker values on the spoon here. At this point, I'm basically just blocking in shapes of colors, and I will go in and further manipulate them as I continue to lighten my values on the spoon's surface. At this point in our values, we've moved up to lighter gray sections that have quite a bit of cooler tones with the cerulean blue and even a little bit of violet, as you can see I'm adding in here. And basically I'll just continue working through the spoon by moving from section to section of color, dark to light, until the very end here where we start adding these highlights, which really makes a metallic surface pop and come together. So once you've laid in all of your blocks of color, you can go back in and manipulate the paint. Here I am adding sort of a distressed edge because the spoon isn't perfect. It has little scratches and such throughout, so I'm adding little highlights and bits of white here and there to just bring a little bit more interest into the surface. So now we're going to be moving on to the cup, and we're going to be following the basic same principles, working from dark to light. Now I have some Winsor Phthalo Turquoise here that I've added to my palette, and I'm kind of taking away a little bit of the intensity by adding some black, a little bit of white, and even some burnt umber. And I'm just laying that down in the darkest shadows here. Now our main light source is coming from the left, so all of the shadows are on the right side of the cup here. So basically what I'm going to be doing is working from right to left on the cup. And the further towards the left side of the cup, the lighter our value becomes. So as you can see, I'm adding a variety of different colors to lighten the value of the phthalo turquoise. I started with some permanent green, and then I moved on to a little bit of yellow ochre, and then the farther towards the left here, I'm going to actually be adding in little bits of white to really brighten that portion of the cup. So here I'm just manipulating the paint a little bit by adding some texture there, and then finally those nice pops of highlights to finish it off. And now on to making some coffee. So just have some burnt umber mixing here with some Winsor orange, and I'm going to go ahead and add in a little bit of yellow ochre as well. Just going to lay in the darkest portions of the coffee cup here in shadow, and then I'll work on adding the reflective portion of the coffee, which is essentially a gradient gray with a bit of violet mixed in. Now just finishing up with the rim of the cup here, and I'll be moving on to the shadows. Now the back of the spoon is actually reflecting the color of the cup, so the shadow itself is mostly the color of the cup, which I find really interesting. And the foreground right in front of the cup here also has quite a bit of a reflection from the cup too, so it's kind of a lighter blue as well, so I'm just adding in some white to my cerulean blue, and then finishing off the rest of the foreground, adding a little bit of that reflection of the cup right in front of the cup as well here. And last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and add in a few little pops of highlights coming off of the spoon onto the foreground here. And there we have it. We've simplified painting reflective subject matter by working from section to section in blocks of color from dark to light. And now, I think it's time for me to go make myself a real cup of coffee. Thanks for watching.